New horror story. My dead wife wants my son. My wife Sarah died in a car accident 6 months ago, but she's been calling our 4-year-old son every night since the funeral. And he always answers. I thought it was grief at first. Kids process trauma differently, right? When Tommy started talking to the air, having full conversations with someone who wasn't there, the therapist said it was normal. Children often create imaginary friends to cope with loss, she explained. Let him work through it naturally. But Tommy wasn't talking to an imaginary friend. He was talking to his mother. The conversations always happened at bedtime. I'd tuck him in, kiss his forehead, and head downstairs to clean up dinner. Within minutes, I'd hear his little voice chattering away upstairs. When I checked on him, he'd be sitting up in bed, facing the corner where Sarah used to read him stories, speaking in that animated way kids do when they're excited. Mommy says she misses me too, he'd tell me. She says she's coming to get me soon so we can be together again. The first few times it broke my heart. I'd hold him and explain again that Mommy was in heaven, that she couldn't come back. But Tommy would shake his head with the stubborn certainty only children possess. She's not in heaven, Daddy. She's right there. He'd point to the empty corner. Yeah, can't you see her? I started sleeping in the chair outside his room, telling myself I was protecting him from nightmares. But what I heard those nights made my blood run cold. Tommy's conversations weren't one-sided anymore. I could hear pauses like he was listening to responses. He'd giggle at jokes I couldn't hear. He'd say things like, okay, Mommy, I'll ask Daddy, or no, I don't want to eat vegetables either. Last Tuesday night, I heard him whisper, when are we going, Mommy? Tonight? I burst into his room, flicking on the lights. Tommy was sitting on the edge of his bed, fully dressed in his favorite dinosaur pajamas with his little backpack beside him. Daddy, he said, smiling. Mommy says it's time to go. She's been waiting so long. Go where, buddy? To be with her. She says families should be together. His eyes were bright, excited. She says you can come too, but only if you want to. I knelt beside his bed, trying to keep my voice steady. Tommy, Mommy isn't here. She can't take you anywhere. That's when I heard it. A sound that made every hair on my body stand up. 3 soft knocks on the bedroom window. The same pattern Sarah used to tap on the glass when she forgot her keys and needed me to let her in. Tommy's face lit up. See? She's here! He grabbed his backpack and ran toward the window. I caught him before he could reach it, scooping him up as he struggled against me. Mommy's waiting, he cried. Let me go to Mommy. I looked toward the window and my heart stopped. There, pressed against the glass from the outside, was the outline of a woman's hand. But we lived on the 2nd floor. There was nothing outside that window except a 20-foot drop to the concrete driveway. The knocking came again, harder this time. Tommy stopped struggling and looked at me with Sarah's eyes. When he spoke, his voice had the cadence of an adult, the slight lisp Sarah had when she was tired. David, he said in his 4-year-old voice, but with Sarah's mannerisms. You can't keep him from me forever. A mother needs her child. The hand on the window began to slide downward, leaving a streak on the glass. I grabbed Tommy and ran. We drove until the road sign stopped making sense and checked into a cheap hotel 3 towns away. For the first time in months, he slept peacefully. No conversations with empty corners, no midnight knocks. I must have dozed off too, because when I opened my eyes, Tommy was standing by the bed, staring at me. His face was blank, but his smile was too wide. And when he spoke, it wasn't his voice at all, it was hers. See, David, I told you we'd be together again. My son's small mouth formed the words, but the tone, the lisp, the cadence, it was Sarah. I looked toward the mirror on the hotel wall and froze. 3 people were reflected in the glass. But in the room, there were only 2 of us. Thank you for listening. If you really like the story, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more daily horror stories. Thanks.